Do you ever wonder why men are avoiding single mothers? Stay tuned. Today we're going to get into why some men have a revulsion towards single mothers, especially in the manosphere. Now, I like to mention that I am not antagonistic against women that are single mothers, neither do I have a genuine disdain for them. I like to clarify that there's a difference between a single mother and a single mom. A woman that is a single mom is ultimately a good parent. I like to also interject that there are attractive women out there that have children. This is not a female bashing video. This is going to be an explanation on why men in the MGTOW community and other parts of the manosphere avoid settling for single mothers, and in some cases, avoid them at all costs. A fundamental part of being a MGTOW or a red pill aware man is avoiding falling for the beta male provider role. An essential part of the red pill teaching is to avoid saving women from their past indiscretions and become a better version of yourself so that women will choose you as a lover rather than a provider. If a man is militant in his MGTOW beliefs, he don't even believe in dating them. Why is this so? Maybe it can be from his personal history, his personal preference, or he have witnessed someone that was close to him go through an ordeal with one. One reason why men in the manosphere don't prefer single mothers is because they are generally perceived as used goods. This goes back to the various stages women go through as it relates to Alpha Fux and Beta Bucks. MGTOWs and other members of the manosphere presume that a single mother, especially over the age of 30, have written the cock carousel. This generally represents a woman's slut phase. Now, this is not to say that a woman had a child or children by being promiscuous. This is generally the idea. If a woman have never been through a slut phase, she'll probably go through one later on in her life. Men in the manosphere understand that woman's reproductive value decreases with age. This affects their market value in terms of marriageability with higher tier men. An essential part of being a man is to ensure paternity. Every true alpha wants kids that are biologically his. If a man is not concerned with paternity, he's potentially signing up for his own cuckoldry. A cuckold is the epitome of a beta male. In other words, in the eyes of many women, he is considered a pathetic man. There's a legitimate reason why men in the manosphere prefer younger women that are childless in terms of relationships and marriages. This excludes the men who had already created a family. I've personally found out that some of these same men that have created families don't want to get involved with single mothers. The reason why men generally prefer younger women is because they are a better reproductive choice. Younger women also tend to still have their youth, which tends to be priceless and prevailing in most men's eyes. This is not to say that single mothers are totally undesirable by men. Single mothers can enter a marriage with a decent man or foster a relationship with him. It all depends on her paradigm, lifestyle, and character. The only problem is that some women over the age of 35 want to practice hypergamy. Women beyond the age of 35 can't optimize hypergamy because it no longer suits them. Once a woman creates a family or becomes of an older age, there's a lesser chance that she'll be able to take advantage of it. Although all women of all ages are naturally hypergamous, it becomes more of a practice and a mentality for post-war women, especially for those who are single mothers. This is because hypergamy essentially served its primary purpose, which is to breed. The duplicitous nature of hypergamy will always rest within the woman, but the optimization aspect of it in terms of taking advantage of an all-around better mate is limited for most, if not all. Anyways, it's not about being a man playing the provider role. It's about a man's overall value. A man still has to get it with women. In other words, a man still has to understand how sexual dynamics work. This is what defines Alpha Fux. Men need to understand what turns women on just as much as they need to provide for her and a potential family. Now, if you're a full-on MGTOW, beta bucks of women's hypergamy doesn't apply to you. Anyways, from a pragmatic perspective, there's a risk involved with being involved with the single mother. This risk is emotional attachment. You can potentially develop a relationship bond with the child or children, and if something was to happen between you and your girlfriend or spouse, both you and the children will be devastated. Secondly, you don't know if the child's father has already built a relationship with them or not. This is important because if another man have already established a relationship with the child, you can't replace the father's endearment. You also don't know the relationship dynamic between a single mother and a child's father. she may still have an endearment for the child's father, especially if he was predominantly alpha. Another reason why men in the manosphere don't prefer single mothers is because men are never a priority. When women have children, their attention goes directly to the children's demands. This is understandable as a woman has to be concerned with her children's need first. But another thing interesting happens. You as a man may be on the back burner. If a woman does not make you a priority, you have to be willing to walk away. We live in a society that perpetuates the notion that men should prioritize their families before themselves. Now, nothing is wrong with this notion, but if it comes at the expense of a man's self-respect, then that's when it becomes a problem. A father's role is so significant in the household that if there's no masculine guidance, the family would sway in either direction and fall apart. Masculine wisdom is critical in family life. Without masculinity in the household, disorders are sure to come.